Really good first night, given that we had installed quite a few new concepts, and the stuff that we were working on, we did pretty well with. The transition spacing was excellent. We shared the ball beautifully, 30-plus assists. Got a little sloppy at times, but that's to be expected. But I really liked the spirit and the energy. You guys played really well.
You've talked about wanting to marginally get better in specific areas. I mean, is there anything in particular that you would share?
Well, I think I mentioned to you guys that, once we got Jimmy, we cut our turnovers way back, and we forced turnovers. So we started winning the turnover battle night in and night out, and we finished the year 23-7. So we want to win that turnover battle from the beginning of the season. And then there's a few scheme things that we're doing that are a little different. A couple of offensive wrinkles, but in the margins, if we can make the improvement with the turnovers, with our transition defense, with our crashing. I mean, if you could keep winning those battles, you just you gain a few extra possessions within the game. Sometimes that's enough to win.
The free throw rate, I know, completely flipped when he got here too. How sustainable is that? Beyond, obviously, he's going to get his free throws, but team-wide,
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly Jimmy. JK gets to the line a lot. Most of the other guys, not as much. But, assuming Jimmy's out there, we know our free throws are going to go up, and then we can get our defense set. But this team is going to have to learn to play without Jimmy and Steph and Al and Draymond, and because of the experience that they have. Raymond didn't want me to call him old, so he said I have to use the word experience now. So because of their experience, they're not going to play 82, right? So maybe it's 65. I mean, we got to win, those other games, and we got to make sure we have a level of comfort with what we're trying to do when guys are out. No, he's just old. Yeah.
Steve,
Nick?
we talked a lot about the fit with Al and how seamless it feels, at least early. When you have an older player that comes into this system, how do you know as a coach that it has clicked for them?
You can just see it almost instantly. And there's a handful of guys who, we've had over the years where it's just instant, like you can just see it. I mean, some of it is just what good players they are, like, Kevin Durant, for example, or, David West, guys who have come from other teams and been brand new to us, and like almost a seamless transition. It's just basketball and great players. And so not everybody's like that, but usually it comes with a guy who's been around for a little bit and knows the league, knows the game, understands spacing, flow, all that stuff. And Al just never seems to make a mistake, and he just brings everything you want. There's size and athleticism and shooting ability and passing, and so he makes the game really easy for everybody.
Steve, after the last game, you spoke about half-court spacing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, what goes into spacing? Is it just five guys staying outside the three-point line? Is there something that, I guess, is there a particular aspect that you really want to focus in on?
Yeah, I mean, there's different spacing for different circumstances and different lineups. So you want to create the best possible spacing. Sometimes that means there's a big in the dunker. Sometimes it means, you've got a guy in the corner, and then the other three guys are all around the three-point line, and there's nobody in the paint. There's all these things are possibilities, and we have to adjust and react to what the circumstances are. Last year we figured it out pretty quickly with Jimmy. Just give him the ball, get spaced, and then make a play. But cutting is also a part of spacing. So we not only have to work on where people are, but when they should cut as well.
You've talked a few times beyond Al's fit just about how the significance of having a true stretch five. I'm guessing conceptually you've probably thought about that for a while. Did the flashes you had with Quentin last year sort of reinforce the value of that? And obviously, with Horford, you're getting not just the outside shooting, but an accomplished defender too.
Yeah, we didn't need to reinforce the value. We knew. We've known for years. Mike has been trying to, find a stretch five for the longest time. I would say Mo Spates was probably the one guy early on who could really stretch the floor, but it was kind of before we just decided everybody was going to be a three-point shooter. But he stretched the floor. He and Sean Livingston ran a pick and pop play that won us a million games over the years. And so it's the same dynamic. But most of the time here, we've been a too big lineup, kind of playing through screening, execution rather than just spacing and shooting from the five position.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. Who are you sort of looking for in the second unit to sort of take on the ball handling duties, the sort of those point guard duties?
Well, right now we're playing Pat, kind of leading that unit. He's doing a great job. BP may end up playing with the second unit as a ball handler. What I always like is having multiple ball handlers, and so it could be, it can be other guys, sharing the ball, with the point guard, and it's one of the benefits of Al. He can handle the ball and run dribble handoffs and run pick and pops, handbacks, flip screens, and so you don't necessarily need, kind of a dominant ball handler.
Steve, is Seth Curry good to go tomorrow night?
I don't know. He scrimmaged today and he looked good, and I'm hoping that he's going to play tomorrow, but I haven't talked to Rick.
As you mentioned, needing to be able to win without the experienced players when it comes to Steph and Draymond, Jimmy, Al, so on and so forth. Throughout the preseason, when it comes to seeing you guys be able to win without them, do you expect to have a game where one or two of them is out, where all four of them is out? How do you use their workload throughout the preseason?
I would say Jimmy, Steph, Draymond, Al, they will all for sure miss a game somewhere in here. It won't be tomorrow. Everyone's going to play tomorrow. We'll kind of go from there.
Do you have a sense for kind of minute loads that you want for those guys, your vets?
For minutes tomorrow night?
I guess during the season, has there been any
Oh.
conversation about kind of what you're looking at,
Not
target
yet.
ranges?
Not yet.
And then do you see have you seen a rotation that you want take shape? Are there minutes available? Like, how is that taking shape?
Yeah. No, there's minutes available. We're just getting started here. So I know the group I started the other day was our best group last year. I know that's a group I like. We can plug in Al with anybody, whether it's, as one person subbing in, for one of those guys. That works great. We already know that. I'm really most interested in, the next group, who's coming off the bench, 6, 7, 8, how they mix with a couple of our starters, finding the right combinations in that regard.
Following up on that rotation question, you've talked in the past about, actually in your exit press conference last year, about giving Kuminga more of a chance with the big three, I guess. And he obviously had some time out there the other night with that lineup. What did you think? How did it look? Obviously just one game, I know.
Well, there wasn't much spacing, which is the big concern. And but we've got to, continue to give them some looks. I think Al kind of changes the equation here. I'm really intrigued to put Al and JK together, with Draymond or Jimmy. Like that lineup makes perfect sense. But it still feels to me like if we're trying to play Jimmy, JK, Draymond, just from the other night, immediately it was the spacing was not great, and it puts pressure on our offense to really have to execute. And but it's early in camp too, and so if we can execute the stuff we're trying to operate, then it can be effective. But it's just not a smooth fit.
What are your expectations for next game? Is it just kind of more the same in terms of minutes? Starters play 15, or hoping to ramp up?
Yeah, I haven't talked to Rick yet, but I'll talk to him this afternoon. And I would imagine we usually ramp them up a little bit each game, so I would imagine it'll be a little bit more than the other night. But I'll wait and see what Rick says.
Hey, Steve, evergreen question for you. What's your favorite part about coming to practice, or let's say a morning shoot around, and what's your least favorite part about coming to practice?
What's my favorite? Just the interaction with all the guys. We always have a coaches meeting before practice, and really fun. Collaborating with the coaches and trying to figure out how to get better, and then same thing once we get out on the floor with the players. It's just the collaboration, the interaction with the guys. I think that's what I'm going to miss the most whenever my coaching is done. It's what every player misses when they retire, is just the guys being guys, the camaraderie and the fun. Least favorite? Thank you. Softball, yeah.